today.
Absolutely.
So, we're here at the event, and I just want to ask you, what is the best advice that you have received from Yvette in your time knowing her?
I would say that the best advice that I've received from her in general is just to pursue any of my dreams, whether it's a simple idea. It's a simple foundation, but you never know how far it's going to take you. Something small can always grow into something big.
Right. And how could you see a potential client benefiting from her services?
Well, with a lot of our clients here, they are startups. So in that instance, the courage that she has behind her words, or, the ability that she kind of has to make you feel very big and confident in who you are. Sometimes as an entrepreneur, you need that to progress and, to remain steadfast. So I think that's very important, and the words that she has to give them would help them in their success.
So launching this consulting agency is a big thing for her, I'm sure. What words of encouragement can you give her as she moves forward in her career?
Everything you're doing is fantastic. I love speaking with you, and I love everything that you've done so far. Thank you.
Thank you. Jameson and Courtney, thank you for speaking with me today. I just listened to your mom, Yvette, speak just a moment ago, and she's an amazing speaker. Tell me some things you've learned from her over the past couple of years that you've applied to your everyday life.
Absolutely. I'd say that the biggest thing is we've learned a lot of leadership skills. She's been very influential in our company in showing us how to lead our employees and how to show just a great sense of leadership for our clients and our employees as a whole. She's an excellent leader.
Awesome.
Yes, absolutely. First off, she's my mother-in-law, so she has truly been an amazing stand-up woman in my life, just someone who I can look up to. Other than my mom, I really look up to Yvette as someone, she's truly like a second mother to me. And I admire her wisdom, her strength. I've learned quite a bit from her, especially on the wife side and, marrying her son. But what I've learned the most from her, aside from her wisdom, is just who she is. And one of her favorite quotes is, "How you do anything is how you do everything." So that's something I live with and I take with me and with Jameson as we carry on our lives.
Awesome. So tell me something unique about Yvette that we don't necessarily know. I'm sure you know a little bit more than we do.
I'm sure he definitely does.
I'm not going to spill all the beans, but she's a phenomenal cook.
Okay.
So every Thanksgiving, every Christmas, we have, she pulls out a full spread, probably about 50 dishes. We have probably over 60, 70 family members over. And it's one of the best days of the year for sure.
Yeah, she makes a killer mac and cheese.
Yes.
I mean, I can't even master that recipe. She just dominates. But one of her favorite ways to relax and unwind is actually through spas. So she is a spa guru. She will go to any spa, anywhere, and just, unwind and get a massage. So that's just her favorite way of just kind of detoxing. So something unique about her.
Awesome. So tell me, in your opinion, how could a potential client benefit from some of the services that she's offering?
Absolutely.
Certainly. So she offers multiple services. She does one-on-one coaching. She also does leadership training, and she can speak to companies and corporations. But as a whole, on the individual level, people can definitely benefit from understanding who they are as a person, and once they've identified what their passion is, what's my next step? Because sometimes we know what we want to do, or if we don't know what we want to do, what's that next step is usually the biggest question mark, and how do I get there? And that's something that Yvette can help you with, is identifying those next steps and making sure you're taking the right steps in place to get to where you want to be.
Absolutely. I'd say you would benefit most from Yvette Gavin and her consulting firm by looking for the right opportunities in the job market. I've heard of multiple stories of individuals making a certain amount as a salary and literally doubling their salary by working with her. I know from a personal standpoint in business, when we started using her consulting services, we grew our business by double. So just her leadership, and it goes back to the leadership I was speaking of, her leadership abilities in how to negotiate deals, how to present yourself in front of people who are making decisions about you is truly top notch.
Well, awesome. Well, I thank you guys for taking the time to speak with us today and giving us. So, how many years have you known Yvette?
Oh my gosh, I've known Yvette for years. I don't even know a number, but basically my entire life.
Okay.
Yeah.
How would you describe her leadership style?
I'll say she's one who is right on target. She's strict, but she's one who cares for people, so it doesn't come off as strict. She's very caring. She's loving. She wants to know where you're coming from and how she can meet you. So I find that valuable.
Okay. Now, how do you think a potential client could benefit from one-on-one coaching from Yvette?
So Yvette has been one who has been through the marketplace. She has learned how to move up and move out and then move up in other areas. And so I think one could benefit from her greatly in the fact that she's been in different industries and has learned how those industries work. And she's able to break it down to her clients and be able to share that information to them, know where they are, and then help them get to where they need to be based off where they are.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, this has been a great event, and you've been an awesome host.
Thank you.
So, do you have any last words of encouragement for her? And she'll watch the video as well.
Sure. Keep going, keep trucking. I mean, God has been pouring into you of what exactly you need to do, and you have been obedient and you have been listening thus far. My advice for you is just to keep both your ears open to what Christ has to say and understanding who your client is and what their needs are, and keep pressing, keep pushing forward, and you will do extremely well. So proud of you.
Thank you, Christina.
Thank you.
Yvette and James, thank you for having us today. The event has been wonderful. Everyone has enjoyed themselves, and I loved learning more about what you have to offer. In your info session, you made a statement and said that wanting to succeed has to be greater than your fear. What advice would you give to someone who's contemplating whether to reach out to you for services and they're kind of in that decision-making process? What advice would you give to them?
The sheer fact that they're even thinking about whether they should or not, I would say you should definitely do it.
Okay.
And the great thing about doing business with me is that I offer 30 minutes free consultation.
Okay.
So in that first 30 minutes, you'll get a feel if I'm the right coach for you or not, or if you feel that coaching is for you or not.
Okay.
They give you a chance, it's almost like to try it on before you really buy.
Okay, awesome. So who, in your opinion, would benefit from your services? What's your ideal client?
Oh, I love that question. And my client base is somewhat broad. And from the perspective of I work with men and I work with women. But the core thing that they each must have in common is that they're ready to move forward in their lives. They're really sick and tired of where they are. They know where they want to be, or perhaps some of them don't even know exactly what it is that they want. They just know that where they are now is not it. So I love to tell my clients, if you are sick and tired of status quo, then it's time to call Yvette Gavin.
Okay, awesome. Well, you spoke a little bit about mentorship. At what level in your career do you think mentorship is the most vital?
I think is most vital when you know you want to move to another level. And so mentorship, when you're an individual contributor, and what that means is that someone who's not managing someone else, that's a perfect time if you know that you want to move up, whether it is to move up and manage other people, or maybe you don't want to manage other people, but you want to grow financially, or you just want to grow in knowledge. You want to grow in your value to the company and give back. You need a mentor.
Okay. And what is some of the best advice you've received throughout your career?
Awesome. I think the best advice, wow, I've had so much, but okay. It came from Joe Osterley. He was my first mentor, and I never have forgotten this. Joe said to me that there was a difference between managing and leading. And at that time I was a manager and had just been promoted to director, and I really wasn't sure what I need to do next that would be different. And Joe said, think of it as a coach in sports. He said the owner of the team is never out on the field during the game. The owner of the team is in the box watching. And he said, Yvette, you've moved to a level where you're no longer needing to be so hands-on, but you need to step up and set direction. So it's because of that coaching that he gave me, I started Yvette Gavin Consulting. I am in heart a strategist. I can come up with plans and ideas of how to help people move from one place to the other. And if Joe hadn't pulled that out of me and helped me to start seeing, it's not just what I do with my hands, but it's what I'm doing with my mind, and then allow other people to do that work, but be able to guide them. So I've learned how to become the owner of the team.
Awesome. And James, you've been with Yvette the entire step of the way.
Yes.
What last words of advice would you give her as she moves forward in her new venture?
Well, just always keep God first, because that is the foundation of what this company has been built on. And without prayer and supplication, we can't go any further. I think the best thing I could say is just that: just keep God first, keep praying, and just follow your heart, because that's important.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's good.
So can you tell us where we can find more information about your consulting agency?
Oh, yes. So we're online at www.yvettegavin.com. And I'm on all your social media outlets. I love for people to follow me on Facebook, LinkedIn, and I'm on Instagram. And we also have a YouTube channel.
Okay, awesome. Well, any last words to all of your guests who have attended today?
Yes, I would just say, just thank you so much. It's so warmed my heart to see the people come out to support this open house. It's like our kickoff, if you will, right? It's like we've been working so hard preparing this business and growing it, and then to have people come out and just see the work that we've been doing and the progress, and to understand a little bit more about the services that we offer. So for each and every person who attended, I say thank you, thank you, thank you.
Bring them all the way back, Phil. I'll take y'all back to the old school. How far back?